Hi guys, welcome back to another fun conversation with your favorite tech girl aka me. And guys, I know I have not been around a lot. I have not shot a lot of videos in the last couple of months, but that was because I was going through a major life change and I will come to you with that in a couple of videos. But let's keep that aside and back to you. Now before we get this video started, quick introductions. Hi, my name is Aarushi. I have about 7 years of experience building tech products, and in these 7 years I've worked as a developer, as a marketer, as a product manager, and now as a content creator as well. In these 7 years I've also switched 2 to 3 geographies, and in this channel I talk to you about general career adulting, tech and product as well. So basically I bring to you all the things that I've learned in my 7 years of my career and share it with you. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Alright guys, so this video is about something that's very useful for product management enthusiasts or product managers, which is a product roadmap. Yes, every year I do a video about product roadmaps because I think this is the most important concept for product manager. And the way I like to cover this time in this video is to cover 3 aspects of a roadmap. Number 1, why is it important? Number 2, what should it have? And number 3, how do we get those things in it? So let's get that going. Number 1, what is a roadmap? Why is it important? A roadmap is basically a strategy document, a way by which you will achieve your goal. To give you an example, let's say I was going to run a 5k marathon. Now a roadmap would be, how would I do that 5k marathon? Let's think through it, right? So a 5k marathon would probably need me to reduce some weight, do some training, and probably have some health goals in terms of what am I eating. So maybe I'd like to have a calorie counting or something in terms of the calories that I'm taking. So there are 3 goals. To achieve the 5k marathon, I need to have 3 things that I'm doing: weight training, some kind of health nutrition intake, and some kind of training as in running every day, right? So these are the 3 goals that I have in mind. Now within each of these goals, I might want to do a calorie intake of 2000 calories per day. I want to run at least 5k every day, and I want to train for 1 hour every day. Maybe that's what my goal is. Now I'll keep tracking on it. I'll keep seeing if I do it every day, and then at the end of the roadmap, at the end of the term, I would have achieved it. That is a roadmap. That is a roadmap to achieving the 5k marathon success. And if you really break this thing down, the thing that I just explained to you, how would I achieve the 5k marathon, it's basically a strategy. It's just basically just a step-by-step guide on how I would achieve that 5k, right? That is exactly what a roadmap is. Let's say I want to double the conversion for the Uber rider experience. That will be a roadmap. Let's say I want to increase the number of buying customers of Amazon.com. That's a roadmap. Let's say I want to increase the number of clicks on a particular button on Shopify. Well, that's a roadmap. So basically all of these are roadmaps to achieve some kind of business outcome. There we go. So I hope that is clear, the need for a roadmap. Now I'll give you one last example, which is a real case product manager's example, so that you also understand why a product manager needs it. And I'll use my own example. So when I was leading the ads team in Noon, one of the use cases that we had was to increase the number of the ad revenue that we were making through ads. That is my business goal. Now to achieve it, I said I'll do 3 things. Number 1, I will increase the number of dollars that my current advertisers are giving to me. So I will increase the spend per advertiser. Number 2 that I said I'll do is I will increase the number of advertisers themselves. So basically I will make sure that the advertiser count that I had before, I'll probably double or triple it or something like that. So 2 things so far, the spend per advertiser and the number of advertisers. And third thing, I'll improve the quality of my products so that the advertisers come in more frequently. So each time, even if they spend the same amount, they may come in more frequently so that the repeat increases. These are the 3 things that I said I'll do to achieve my end outcome of getting more ad dollars. So you see, this is my roadmap to success of getting more ad dollars. Coming to point number 2, what does a roadmap have? I think by now you've understood that the roadmap has a few things. Going back to the one we used for the ads problem statement, what did it have? It had, number 1, what are we trying to solve? We're trying to solve increasing the ad revenue for the Noon ads team. Number 2, how will we do it? How will we do it? We'll do it by 3 things: increasing the number of advertisers, spend per advertiser, and repeat per advertiser. Number 3, how will we do it? Now this part I did not cover previously, but how is basically what am I building so that the number of advertisers will increase, or what am I building so that the repeat per advertiser will go up, or what am I building so that the spend per advertiser will go up. Now this is where your actual digging will go. You might want to, as a product manager, you might want to do some benchmarking, you might want to speak to a few people internally, you might want to actually speak to your customers and ask them what is it that they need to achieve that goal. I mean, I'm not covering that, that is the core product manager's job, but you spend a couple of weeks in it and you will have a few things that you want to do in order to achieve each of these outcomes. Let's say to increase the number of advertisers, I said I'll just probably build a feature on my app so that more advertisers can simply sign up. Or to increase the repeat per advertisers, I'll increase the quality of my ad products by getting better return on ad spends to my advertisers, and so on. So I found a few features that I want to do to achieve the outcome of increasing advertisers or increasing spend per advertiser. Now that is the third thing that the roadmap has. I'll repeat again: the why we are doing to increase the revenue, the what we are doing, and the how we are doing. Now this how is usually linked as a PRD or as a document. It's not directly mentioned in a roadmap at times, but it could also be mentioned in brief. Now after the how, next comes the most important thing: by when are we doing it? We'll come to that, but so when is, what is the timeline, by when can we expect to achieve this thing? So these are the 4 things that a roadmap definitely needs to have. Now coming down to the third part of this video, how do we answer all of these questions? So by now you've understood the what, that is the business statement, that is the business problem statement that you as a product manager would have. So I'm not getting into how you'll achieve that because that is the core starting point. The second thing is the how you will do it. Now this part, again, like I said, you will probably do some brainstorming, you will speak to users, you'll do your research and finally figure out the 3 or 4 things that you want to do. However, now let's go back to the 5K example. There we said that we'll do 3 things. We'll do some training, we'll do some running, and we'll do some calorie deficit or calorie intake counting, right? Now between these 3 things, which should I start first? Now why is this important? Why is this prioritization important? Because let's say I started doing the calorie deficit thing first and I did that completely. I made sure that I was within the 2000 calorie deficit each day, but I did not do any training. What will that lead to? I will for sure fail at my 5K. However, if I was not too cautious with my calorie intake, but I definitely did the training every day, I might still crack the 5K. So basically, the impact of each of these, what I will do, or the how I will achieve my what, each does not have the same impact on my outcome. My calorie deficit has a different or lower impact than my training goal, right? So my training goal is more important, it has more priority, so I must start with that first. Or I must make sure that I am following that at least before I get to other goals, because if I am trying to do everything at the same time, I'll definitely not be able to do it. You only have that much resources. Secondly, it's important that you make sure that the most important goal is met. The others may or may not, you don't know what's going to happen in life, so you always need to prioritize, right? Similarly, for the ads problem statement, now I said I'll do 3 things. The first, I'll increase the spend per advertiser, repeat per advertiser, and then the number of advertisers themselves. Now which of the 3 would lead to the outcome getting reached faster and much better, what would have the higher impact on the revenue, is something that I need to size. Now that's the impact, but then there's also an angle of how quickly can I do it, what is the kind of effort it will take for me to get there. For example, let's say the number of advertisers, increasing the number of advertisers part might not have a drastic impact on the amount of revenue I can make, but I can do it very quickly because the page that I said I'll make for it is super quick. I don't need to even code for it. It's a no code platform that I have built where I can simply create that page. So maybe it's a low effort and a medium impact thing, then okay, I'll just quickly do it as a low hanging fruit and be done with it, right? So usually the methodology that's used is effort cross impact. You basically rate all of the list items that you have in your list on the kind of impact they can have on your outcome. You can simply do it as a high, medium, low. High could be 3, medium could be 2, and low could be 1. That's a score that you've given it, and then you have an effort score to it, that is how much time will it take to get there. Now this how much time thing usually is something that product managers are not that great at knowing. You need your engineering counterpart to tell you how long it will take, and for your engineering counterpart to really tell you how long it will take, they obviously need to know what exactly you want them to do. So at this point, when you're trying to get the impact, the effort of it, you should have figured out to a large extent what is it that you want to be done, right? So let's say you figured that out, you've taken the impact, the effort from your engineering counterpart. Again, that you can take as high, medium, low. That is your effort into impact score, but there are other ways as well, the RICE methodology and a few others, but honestly I feel the others are too complicated and we don't know everything. It's hard to calculate all of those values. So I usually stick with effort cross impact, because I think it covers the majority of what it takes to prioritize in a roadmap. However, having said this, there are at times other things that play also with the roadmap. You might have different stakeholders which might be competing with each other, which might also be competing with the metric that you have. So again, like I said, I wanted to increase the ad revenue for Noon, but I also need to make sure that other teams that are supporting us, for example, legal or accounting or audit, they also come up with different things that they want, which you can't escape. If I don't build the right legal system for my ad system to work in, I know 6 months later there'll be a case where we'll be completely in a bad state, right? So I can't ignore that as well, because I need to think long term, or I have to think from other perspectives as well. So it is possible that you might have to deprioritize other things which might directly impact your revenue goal to accommodate for other stakeholders. This is something of a subjective call that you'll have to take, given how your organization is structured, how your stakeholders are, and so on. But from a very, very theoretical standpoint, the effort cross impact metric or effort cross impact mechanism of calculating prioritization works to a large degree. Now that you've figured out the prioritization of things, comes the last part of it, which is putting it all together, presenting it to everyone in the team, and taking everyone's handover or sign off on the roadmap, if it is acceptable to everyone or not, and basically just publishing it to the larger org. People might have some kind of feedback to give you on the roadmap and so on, but that's maybe a last 1 or 2 conversations that you have on the roadmap, and then it is finalized. So this, my friend, is a roadmap document. I will repeat again, the purpose of the document is, 1, to achieve an outcome. Could be a 5K, could be increasing revenue, whatever. Then you have on the document, how would you achieve that goal, which is probably through a bunch of activities that you'll do, a bunch of things that you'll do. Now within those things, let's say you want to achieve the increase in the number of advertisers, how will you achieve it is the next thing. Once you figure that out, you simply prioritize everything based on the effort and the impact of it. Once you figure out the prioritized list, you publish it to the entire organization, take a final feedback call with them, and that's about it. You've published your roadmap, and now you start acting on it. And voila, my friend, hopefully by the end of the roadmap tenure, you would have achieved your outcomes. Now this one is not always the case. Sometimes you will fail, sometimes you will actually do better than you expected, but keep trying at it, my friend, and the iterations will make you a better product manager for sure. So with that, we'll end this video. I hope you learned something from this one. And if you did, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with your other product manager enthusiast friends. And guys, like I said in the introduction, we just don't talk about product here, but we talk about tech and general career adulting as well. So you check out my other videos, and if you like them, do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!